Hello Pisces, it's OMG Tarot and this is your December tarot card reading. Let's see what comes up. Let's see what you're dealing with in December, Pisces. Love to use a house card just to see what area we're dealing with the most. So here we go. We are dealing with the 11th house in the month of December, Pisces, and this is where the cosmos grants wishes, luck, friends, and social occasions. Look at real social, Pisces, this December. I guess the sentimental months are a time for you to shine and show your ooey gooey lovey-dovey feelings while everybody's in the mood to align with that Pisces energy. You guys love to love. You love to have those fun Christmas Prince Charming moments in your life in real time. So very interesting to show up this month. All right, first card is Neptune. Like I said, you love the illusion, you love the delulus. This is your fantasies, yearnings, longings, and potential for illusion. Pisces, getting Neptune-y, getting daydreamy. I always think of Sailor Neptune. She's so pretty and Okay. Next card. Aries. Okay, you got that fire in you too. You got that good juju. So the energy around you is dynamic and spontaneous. Crusading impulsive action is likely. Cool, Pisces. So you have your own ruling planet, Neptune, and you have Aries. And Aries is the sign right on next to you. You're the last, they're the first. So they give a really exciting, hey, let's go energy. They're ruled by the planet Mars, and Mars has that regression. But I'm telling you, Pisces, that's good for you because a lot of you are very all wishy-washy. You're a fish, so you don't have like a skeletal system that's reliable. It's all like cartilage and like not bull-like, So when you get that fire in you, that motivation, I guess some of you are going to get touched or tickled by that motivation this month. Cool, especially in your social area. So go to them Christmas parties, go to them holiday parties, go to them Kwanzaa parties, go to them all of them things. Do it. You're going to feel like you're in the mood, so just act on it. Don't be like, okay, I'll go, and then be like, forget it. Just go. Your energy's right. All right, let's have a look at the tarot spread, Pisces, and see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Luck, growth. Ooh, King of Swords, what are you doing here? So the King of Swords, you might be faced with somebody who has a little bit of a power trip. That's okay. You have the Six of Pentacles. Oh, somebody who's just holding back and being like all stingy and whatnot. They're not sharing. They're being secretive. They're not being generous. Maybe they're supposed to be generous and they're not being generous. They're not being very forthcoming. They're not being very open. They're being cheap. Could be dealing with a very rigid air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. All right, then we have the Three of Pentacles. It feels like somebody at work. It doesn't matter what deck I use. You guys are having people at work play you like this. Be all jerkish. It sucks that this is the king because the king has power over you. So I guess like king striking their sword is like annoyed a little bit, or just You could be powerful and make an executive decision that helps. It could be, but then there's that Six of Pentacles that's in reverse. Generosity taken away. You have some privileges taken away. Them slashing something, cutting stuff away. Something that was generous, like a bonus, is going away, guys. It's going away. And the groups are gathering and saying, oh, that sucks. You guys came out together. You said we go together, and I believe you, these three. Pisces, something's being taken away. What is it? People you work with. Somebody's cutting stuff down. And I'm not saying it like getting fired or whatever. It just feels like privilege or permissions or something's being taken away. There's less freedom, less somebody enacting some sort of harsh, like, you got to do this now. You have to. And I'm telling you. And that's what it is. I used to be nice, but now I'm tightening. Okay? All right, Pisces, some of you have been dealing with something for a very long time. You've been having to exhibit emotional intelligence and, handle your own emotions. This is the Strength card. Usually you're being put through something and showing what you're made of, which is strength, courage, and stamina. You've been at it, Pisces. This card's in reverse, so it might get overwhelming at times. It might feel very, very negative. And like, why me? Why? And it's like, you're the chosen one. Trying to build that lion in you. Trying to build that bite. Okay? Okay, and emotional intelligence will get you there, and makes you wanna, oh, and there it is. And there's why you need that stamina, that courage, that need to endure, because you've been through the motions. You've been hit in a lot of directions with challenges. 10 of Swords is not necessarily the most motivating card or imagery, but it is telling, and it does show that you've been through a lot, and not all like, oh, I went through this, and it's like you've been hit on every angle. Love relationships, family relationships, love relationships, friendships, work relationships, gym relationships. You know, something's going on in the house of 11. Social occasions. Okay, so you've been burned before. We'll just say that. And there's been a long and lasting effect on that for you. Okay, 7 of Cups is in reverse, but it's there. So you have some choices. I think you've shut down and you made a choice to not make any choices. It's been an auto no thank you. Or it's been like making the wrong choice and being aware that you're just like, whatever, I don't care, I'm making the wrong, I don't care, I'm not putting too much thought into this. Or you've been making emotional decisions. Remember I said Neptune was there? Remember this is about your fantasies, yearnings, longings, delulu. Making emotional decisions, and not emotional where it's like helping you and guiding you, like intuitive. More emotional like, I'm insecure, or I don't know, I'm going to try to be feeble and cautious and hold back when I make a decision and go with the safest. That's where you're at. Like, you're trying to be safe, but I feel like every single angle of this tells you this is dead. And you have a decision to make and you're still reluctant, or you're unclear about what you want to do next, or you're not confident. Something emotionally is not there, even though you have experience enduring through rough situations and being a tough mother. You know, and maybe your confidence isn't quite where it should be given what you've been through, and all you can focus on is that I've been stabbed 10 times, there might be another sword. It's like, nah, I've been stabbed 10 times. You can't get me. You know, it's a matter of perspective, and I think some Pisces are very sensitive, so they might see one wound as potential for another wound. I want to know. Oh, you've been burned in relationships, in partnerships before. So in friendships, any duality, any relationship area, you guys have been burned before, and it's led to breakups, and those breakups are painful for you because you're very sensitive and you dwell, and so it's like almost not. It's like your choice, your conscious choice to not get involved emotionally with people, and that was your choice. So. Pisces, come on, December's supposed to be looking good. So I want to know, where are we going with this? Because it seems like you're going somewhere with this. Like the tarot seems to be telling a tale. Let's move. Let's consolidate here. Very cute though. Pisces going through it. A breakup, a lasting impression that a breakup has made, a disconnect in relationships, social friendships, I guess, has made you a little defensive. Made you rightfully so defensive. Just cautious about people, because you know some people don't mean well. Some people are in competition. Some people see you as competition. Maybe you've had to deal with people who just see you as competition even though you thought you were friends. Like a lot of relationships where there's envy, jealousy. A lot of relationships where there's a need to defend yourself. You're not free. Right? Aries is there. There's a little bit of a aggression there. Maybe need for the aggression, standing your ground. This card is in reverse, so maybe you could be a little bit defensive. You might be hyper alert to the defensiveness. You might want to check yourself on that, right? And go inward. The Eight of Cups in reverse means there's like a little bit of trauma or depression, maybe unresolved trauma and depression, since this card is upside down with the most defensivest card in the deck. 7 of Wands. Both in reverse, so I think you're dealing with defensiveness and feelings of solitude, isolation, depression, anxiety, just feeling like alone on your thoughts or misunderstood, which is not uncommon for a Pisces because, again, Neptune. Delulu. Fantasies. All this stuff that goes on in your head that people don't know about. Living in a dream world. Look at all the challenge being up in here at the end. Moving on, having to move on by any means necessary, having to move on without the comfort of planning to move on, but just having to move on abruptly. Could be there in these relationships and social interactions. Oh, it's funny because it's like go out there and have fun. But it just kind of feels like now it just kind of feels like, you know, go out there. There's people who are different from you, people who are not as sensitive as you, people who are no nonsense. And Pisces, like, there's disconnects in friendship relationships. I feel like it's like almost like you have to kind of really address and face those challenges so they don't repeat themselves. And it is like about being self-aware, like checking yourself when you know maybe that was a little rude of me. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. You know what? I'm sorry. You know, instead of being like, no, I didn't mean it. They're too sensitive. Or, you know, really looking inwards first, just to understand yourself, introspection. Because there's something to move on from, and there's something that, like, it's like come hell or high water, you gotta move on from this. Maybe you dwell. I'm saying Pisces do dwell. They do hold grudges. But I think that maybe going inward, I think that you gotta, all three of these are sus. Like, defensiveness, you gotta check yourself for that. And moving on from something that you haven't moved on from, but you gotta check yourself for that. 8 of Cups. Because I know Pisces typically go inward. They got that imagination to them. They think about things. They ask why. They ask all those existential questions. So it makes me think that, like, hey, don't jump to some. Just know you're emotional when you're emotional. You're not rational. Fantasies, yearnings, longings. You know, don't trick yourself into believing something that's delulu-ish or that you're trying to manifest, or something that you're, when there's a big red flag that's like, hey, that's not what you want. That's not the trajectory of what you're trying to do here. You know what I mean? Move on. And if you feel defensiveness in any way, it's probably in opposition of alignment for you. So keep that in mind. But I do think that it's like kind of like a breakup thing. Like it feels like a disconnect of a once flourishing connection. Feelings of defensiveness, feelings of isolation, solitude, being alone, and needing to move on. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Great. Ruled by, well, it's associated with Jupiter, which is your other ruler. And there we go. And that's why I was like, why are we sinking into the sinker here? Why are we going downwards in the vibes? Wheel of Fortune turns it around. Things have changed dramatically. So I would say, again, maybe work on the defensiveness. Maybe work on the how you treat yourself. Like, see yourself from the outside. Like, are you too defensive? Are you really giving yourself an objective kind of like evaluation, kind of just, are you wrong, or are you just obsessed with not being wrong? And then, you know, if it were somebody else, would you feel the same? Like, would you give that advice? If you were a separate person, like, just kind of look at things in the places that hurt, the places that feel negative, the places that make you feel kind of angry or annoyed, or, you know, that are involving you particularly with your personality. Maybe you've heard the same thing from multiple people that don't even know each other about yourself, and you're like, they're all rude. Maybe it's time to be like, what did they say again? I guess I am a little short. Maybe I'll just observe it. And then if I see it, observe it in real time, maybe I'll be like, oh my God, me? Me? What are you doing? And then that'll be, then you don't have to consciously be like, okay, be less rude. Then you'll be like, oh, I'm not rude anymore. That's not me. Because I felt that one firsthand. Anyways, the Wheel of Fortune is about the tides changing. So all of this defensiveness, this internal dialogue, this isolation, this having to move on, all of it, the tides change. The tides will change on that. And I think that it's about luck, it's about expansion, it's about the things that you're dwelling on will not be a thing for you to dwell on towards the end. And that being a good thing, switching things up. I'm not saying everything that's wrong will be healed, but like things switching up. We played solitaire, we dealt out the 3 cards at a time. It's a dud. Let's shuffle this up and try again. You know? Shuffle the deck up and try again. And that's the Wheel of Fortune. And then good. You're going to shuffle things up. We don't know how things are going to land, but we know the Wheel of Fortune is the Wheel of Fortune. So it should be good. Or less bad. Anyways, Pisces. There it is. That's your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. leave a comment, share the video, and if you would like a nice scented gift for the holidays, have a look-see at my Etsy, links in the description. I got scented soy candles, home fragrance oils, and gemstones, and all sorts of other things, knickknacks. So have a look at that, and yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.